if it can help anybody, then that's, my main goal here. Hi, my name is Samantha. I wanted to share my MS story. So in 2009, I had my little baby girl. When I went in for labor, they gave me the epidural, like most women usually get anyways. And they hit the dural in my spine, which gave me a spinal headache. It made it where we had to get an MRI. Well, that MRI was indicating MS. Well, I was still in the hospital after giving birth when I found this out. I was very in denial about it, but I continued to go follow up with my neurologist that they assigned me to due to the fact of my headaches. The headaches, they were fine if I was laying flat, but if I got up, it's like my head would hurt. I was young, I was 20 years old, and he told me that there were spots on my brain. He's like, do you see those little spots? I was like, yeah, well, spots can indicate Lyme disease, I believe, headaches, or MS. Well, I had no MS symptoms. All I had was this headaches. We're like, oh, it's just the headaches, And so he would continue to do MRIs every 6 months. Eventually, fast forward, I went to an MS specialist. And the MS specialist, they believed it was MS, which MS was nothing new. I have a cousin that has it and my grandfather. And so I eventually ended up getting a spinal tap. I was, my daughter's like a couple months old. This is not what I want to hear. I got the spinal tap and I never heard back. So in my opinion, no news is good news, right? Fast forward, still getting MRIs like I was supposed to. Then in 2014, they stated it wasn't indicating MS anymore. And I was like, oh, okay, so I put it to rest, like anybody would. And then fast forward to 2023, I started having tingling. It was like on one side of my body that would come and go and then to go away. So I went to the chiropractor thinking, oh, it's a pinched nerve. Then it ended up, I went to my doctor about it, and then I told them that this is what's happening. They want to do an MRI. And I told her I don't want to go down this MS rabbit hole again. And so I scheduled the appointment. I did what she wanted me to do. I went ahead and contacted the clinic that I went to for the spinal tap and one of my results. I got the results. I can't read it. So my cousin is a PA and he went ahead and read it and he said it had an MS diagnosis all over it. I was devastated, like anybody would be. And then I'm sitting here with a little girl and I'm thinking, how am I going to explain this to her? But then in what I would tell her is, hey, I've had it for 15 years and we didn't know and I've been fine. But I do have things where I get upset where, things would be different if I was on medication this whole time. Maybe not. But yeah, that's my story. It's sad. I get really in denial about the whole situation as if it's not real. I have very little symptoms, so I'm very grateful for that. I am on medication, but I'm just hoping the story does help somebody else because me mentally, if anything, that's where it messes me up. Like I feel like people will treat me different, all that, and think I'm disabled and don't invite me places, but I haven't had that problem, but I also haven't shared it. So this is Thomas definitely motivated me to do this, and if it can help anybody, then that's my main goal here, because I think you do need support. I haven't really shared my story. I feel like people don't care. Like they don't want to hear about MS. I don't think half the people even knows what it is. And so when you can actually tell somebody and they care, I think it does make a difference. So that's my story. Thanks.